we are in the presence of greatness. Behind that door in front of me right now is the brand spanking new, reigning, defending UFC welterweight champion. Oh, my ear thingy just screwed up. I don't know what happened there, but I'm going to take these off. Why? Because he is the man known as Giacomo. He's the man known as Don Giacomo. He's the man known as JDM, as Jack Della Maddalena. He's the pride of Perth. He's the brand new champion of the UFC's welterweight division. Hello, Jack. Congratulations. Let me just bow down to you. I was told the belt was coming. Where's the belt? Where's the belt? Hey, Tim, how are you? Hello, everyone. No belt?
No,
it's outside. Tim promised me the belt right here, Tim. It's great to see you.
I should have brought it.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, good.
This is incredible.
Yeah, it's cool.
I can't believe you're in front of us right now.
It's cool to be in New York.
Yes.
It's a cool spot.
And I think this is the first time we've ever met in person.
Yeah, it is.
You usually come on the show like at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
When you're feeding the baby or something. Yeah. You're the UFC welterweight champion, Jack.
I know, it's surreal.
Has it sunk in?
Surreal. No, not really. I mean, in a way, I feel like it has, but not really. I don't know. It's just been yeah, it was a cool. I thought I was going to beat him, and I got him.
You freaking did it.
Yeah.
What has life been like for you since Saturday?
Oh, it's been good. A lot of the friends came over from Perth. So it was a long journey for them, so they're pretty excited. Some family came over, so just been seeing them. Monday we got here. Some of the friends came here, so we've just been enjoying. We love Montreal, and then
it's my hometown.
Yeah.
That's where I'm from, born and raised. How did it treat you and your family?
It was beautiful. It's
it?
Yeah, it's a great city. Great.
Have you ever
been
to Canada prior to this?
Never. I went to Montreal at the start when the fight was initially announced, but I was only there for 40 hours.
Sure.
But it's an awesome city. Yeah, we just stuck to ourselves. We had a cool little place in old Montreal.
Love it.
Went training, cruised around, but it's a great.
I heard you were a big fan of Schwartz's.
Yeah.
That's the spot.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, I loved it.
I was like, wow, you guys are back for round 2, round 3? Did you have the smoked meat sandwich?
Yeah.
You had the steak and the smoked meat?
Yeah.
What did you like better? Because the smoked meat is like the real staple.
The smoked meat is good. I even had the chicken. The half chicken as well.
Really? I never had that.
It was good.
Have you ever tried meat like that? The smoked meat is very like Montreal.
It was, pretty unique. I've had like a traditional sort of like American barbecue smoked meat, but
this is different.
That sort of
very tender.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And what about the French? How did you get around with all of that?
It was I don't know any French, but I guess everyone started French, but then everyone
goes back and forth.
And forth.
And that place will now forever be special in your heart, your family's heart, right?
And I felt when I first got there, I was like, this place is special already.
Really? Wow.
And I was like, this is the place.
Man, what a fight. What a freaking fight. What a performance. And it's an amazing thing because I went on this mini rant yesterday about the performance and about the fight, because one thing that has bothered me in the aftermath is this sort of like analysis and narrative about you and Belal, because I feel like a lot of people are saying Belal didn't shoot enough. He didn't try to take you down enough. But when you actually look at the stats, 9 takedown attempts, he landed 3, more on the back end. Yeah. But historically, that kind of falls in line with his highs. Like his most takedowns were 13, and prior to that, it was 10, 9. It's in that range. Yeah. And I feel like when people say that, they're not giving you enough credit. Yeah. It's not like he can just waltz in there and take you down. Yeah. You are long, you are strong, you have great takedown defense and great scrambling. Like this idea that he was just going to walk in there and go to you is very disrespectful to you, I feel like. Yeah. And I don't know if you've seen any of this and any of this has annoyed you at all, because it kind of annoyed me because I was thinking that a lot of smart people sort of misread the way this fight actually played out.
Yeah, I haven't really looked into it too much, but I think... Yeah, I've seen a couple of things like that, but I think I just stopped him. We worked towards a game plan to not let him take me down. Stayed off the fence. I think if I had have stayed on the fence, it would be easy for him to shoot takedowns. Kept changing stances and just kept the footwork up. So I think he was, and I was throwing threats up the middle to
teeps. Yeah, you were throwing a ton of combinations his way. Like you gave him no opportunity to close the distance, to get in close on you. And even when he got you down those couple of times, you were up. Was that all Craig Jones, by the way?
I mean, I've been working. Credit for it. He's taking all. Nah, he helped me a lot. He's a smart guy, and he was he helped us a lot. Just he didn't come in and want me to change my whole style, but he just watched me grapple and just told me where. He thinks I'm good at, and then he obviously tweaked some stuff, gave us a couple of stuff to work on, but Yeah, just the beginning working with Craig as well. So we'll keep.
This was the first time.
No, I've probably maybe 3 or 4 separate occasions.
Okay, first time he corners you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you liked it?
Yeah, it was great. I had the OG corners, and then obviously being a main event championship, we had the +1. So we thought he was a great man for the job. It's not like he's he's been in the corner before, so it wasn't new for him, and he's helped us out a lot. So it was a good corner.
Did you feel like Belal respected you, or did you think that he was looking past you?
I think he respected me, to be honest.
Okay.
I think he knew what he was in for. I think he knew he was in for a tough fight. That's what I was getting the feeling of. But yeah, I thought he knew he was in for a tough fight.
Just because, sometimes people say something and you don't know if they're just like selling the fight, psyching themselves up, or if they're thinking down the line there's some other big fights out there. And the circumstances in which you got this fight, very unique, right? Obviously, you're supposed to fight Leon. Shefka gets hurt, you get pushed. And so I wasn't sure if the vibe that you got from him was like, oh, you're not a number one. You didn't have to struggle like I did.
Yeah.
You're not a number one contender.
I mean, that's what he was saying. He was saying that a lot. But then when I feel like, I guess all the talk, it seemed like I felt like he was overlooking me. Mm-hmm. But then I feel every time leading into the fight when we were face to face, I feel like he knew he was in for a tough fight. That's just what I got the vibe of. But yeah, I believed in myself and the team did, so we went for it.
Was there anything that surprised you about him?
No, not really. To be honest, I knew he was tough. I knew he was going to be. His normal go-to is to push the pace, try and push his opponent up against the cage. So we sort of just knew we would have to meet him in the center or just use good footwork. So not surprising. He was tough. I knew he was going to be hard to finish. So
Takes a good punch, right?
Takes a good punch. He's not the most powerful guy, but he landed some good shots, which we were expecting because he normally throws a high output. But yeah, not too much. He was tough. I was trying to finish him I was really trying to get him out of there. I was hoping throughout the whole camp, even loved the idea of a late finish deep in the fight because it's just it just feels nice to exert yourself and get the finish.
Yeah, like Leon and Kamaru.
Yeah,
right.
Or when I fought Gilbert, just in that time where it was all on the line, I might have lose. Getting that late finish was a cool feeling, so I was sort of working towards that. But he was tough.
The clip that has gone viral of your coach Ben Vickers talking to you going into the 5th round. What did he say? Ping the cunt?
Keep pinging the cunt.
Keep pinging the cunt. You got to put that. I mean, I think I've seen some talk. I actually was Street X.
Keep pinging the cunt.
There it is. There it is right there. Incredible. Someone DM'd Street X and said to put it on a T-shirt. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I think the T-shirts.
They're making it.
Yep,
there it is. This young man, Daniel Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Brother, we need a Coach Vickers keep pinging the cunt tee. Surely.
It's coming.
Look at this.
The sign's out.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It was just a good moment. Ben's the perfect corner. He always tells me, he's so genuine with me. So he's not going to. He knows how I'm feeling, and it was just So and whenever I watch that clip,
it's fantastic.
It gives me goosebumps.
It's legendary because there's such a range of emotions. Like he's telling you to do that. He's also telling you 5 minutes from realizing your dream. Stay safe. He sounds like a father in there talking to his son. Like you're right there. Yeah. That motivates you in the moment?
Yeah, 100%. Especially, I feel like I was getting a bit excited,
You could feel it coming?
I was getting excited, so I think he could tell. So he was just saying, like, keep it safe, don't do anything silly. But then also, keep pinging the cunt.
Yeah.
Take him out.
I saw a video afterwards. I think he was talking to DC where he said 10 years ago he told someone that you would be champion.
Yeah.
Did he tell you this?
Yeah.
Like he always instilled that in you?
Yeah, he always instilled it with me. We were talking about it. I always believed I could be a champion. But he always believed he could coach a world champion, So I feel like we were just destined, like we just met each other, and I feel like we're both just carried it. We both really have helped each other get to this point. Like, I wouldn't be here without him, and obviously he wouldn't be here if he hadn't found the guy. But I'm sure he's got more coming as well.
When did you first start working with him?
When I was 16, it was the first gym I walked into.
So he's been with you from the beginning?
Me and my brother we were looking around for gyms. I was I was probably 15, my brother 17. We were looking for gyms and we found Scrappy went in there. Me and my brother went in and Ben was doing just the intro course. So it was we did 30 minutes of grappling, 30 minutes of striking, and we were hooked at that point.
what's amazing about that is obviously now hearing, oh, I believed in him 10 years ago. I thought he'd be champion. It's a great story, but you lost your first 2 fights.
Yep.
Was he even telling you back then, don't sweat it, it's all
Yep.
going to work out?
Yeah, I lost my first fight. The second fight, after that, I lost the second fight. He pretty much said to me, like, you're better than this. This is just a learning curve, basically. And he just said, we basically made the deal that we'd get to 10-2. I was 0-2, and then we made the deal we'd get to 10-2. So,
And then what?
and then at that point, 20-2 was the next goal.
Okay, so you kept like putting
Yep.
markers.
Yeah, but
Wow.
10-2 was the first real big goal. And then when we got there, we were one contender series, 10-2, and then we basically said, yeah, we'll get to 20-2, and then reset. So just, I guess, knocking them off one at a time.
And right now, I think you're 18-2?
Yeah.
Wow, so you're almost there.
Yeah.
So did you believe like he believed? Or after that second loss, were you starting to doubt like, hey, maybe this isn't for me?
I mean, after the second, I wasn't thinking after that second loss, I'm going to be a world champion. It was more just, I still love the sport. I love training, love to compete. So I just stayed in there. And then he had high hopes for me. So he just sort of didn't really give me time. In a way, just pushed me into fights. Basically just said, let's go, like another fight. We'd made the deal. So I just
head down.
Just head down, just kept training. And just knocked one fight off at a time.
So your confidence didn't waver?
No, I mean, I had doubts at that point, but I also believed I was a lot better than like 0-2, and I knew I knew I had more to give. And I'd learned so much from both the losses, so I felt like I was on fire. Going into the third fight, felt like I was on fire.
What did that one feel like when you got the first one?
Yeah, I think that was an important one. You know? Like if I'd have lost that one, I probably would have, I guess.
You think so?
Yeah,
Man,
I think losing 0-3, I would struggle to, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I just went in there with a fire and getting in the win books for that one was, I was on fire then. And then I guess at that point, I had sky high confidence, and then we just kept at it.
Maybe a silly question, but which one felt better, Saturday's win or that first one?
I mean, of course, this Saturday's win was special. You know, it was a special one.
And great to see your brother there by your side because, as I understand, your dad was a big sports fan, rugby fan, but really kind of backed you guys on this journey to be fighters, gave you gloves. But initially it was boxing, right?
Yeah, he sort of got us into we played rugby. We were pretty aggressive kids, you know, and like had a lot of energy, and so we loved playing rugby, but in the off season we needed something to do, so he sort of just got us found a boxing gym for us just to stay fit, do something different. And then, we just, from that first time getting into a boxing gym, it was just really for us. We just loved it.
Why didn't you stick with boxing?
Because even before we got into the boxing gym, we were both like MMA fans. We watched a lot of MMA, but there wasn't many gyms around. And then we sort of got into the boxing gym. But I liked MMA. I just liked I don't know, there was something about the visual of like, the no rules sort of aspect, and it seemed more free flow than a boxing match.
Also, a lot of similarities to a degree with rugby, right? It's a lot more physical, grabbing guys on.
Yeah, for sure.
Were you a good rugby player? Like, could you have gone?
Oh, probably. I mean, I don't know. I loved rugby. I was pretty decent, but probably not. It takes, it's a pretty. I mean, I feel like if I had put my mind to it and really committed to it, I think I could have played for a bit longer, you know. But my love for rugby just swapped to MMA pretty quickly.
Okay. Your grandfather was a big WWE fan, right?
Yeah.
He kind of got you into that.
Yeah.
And you were a huge fan.
Yeah, I loved it.
Which era are we talking about?
I recognize I reckon 2008, I started enjoying MMA more. So
Okay.
I don't know who that was, but I like Shawn Michaels.
That was your guy.
Yeah,
I hated Shawn Michaels because my guy was Bret Hart.
Yeah,
that man right over there, and Shawn was his rival. You know?
I found
the screw job in that building. I told him this.
Until after.
Yeah,
Ryan, my other corner man, big WWE fan.
Okay, do you watch now?
A little bit, not too much. Some of the big now that's on. It's easy to watch.
Yeah,
I watch
on
some of
Netflix.
the bigger.
Did you ever go as a kid? Did it ever come?
Never. But they're coming to Perth. They're doing a Friday night SmackDown Crown Jewel, and then a Monday
that's
Night
right.
Raw.
Yes, yes,
like a
yes.
three.
You're gonna be there front and
I
center.
was going to go.
You're
Yeah,
gonna roll out the
for
red
sure.
carpet for you there.
Yeah, I mean, a ringside seat that'd be the way to watch it.
Yeah,
right?
hell
It'd be
yeah.
pretty special.
When you were a kid, did you want to be a wrestler?
I think when I was really young, I was like, yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, I was probably started watching when I was like 5.
Wow.
5 to 10, I reckon, and I'd love to have been a wrestler.
But then rugby, and then you found out about this thing, MMA.
Yeah, and then I saw MMA, and then I sort of couldn't. I just enjoyed watching MMA more, and then when I realized it was, I don't know, I just liked MMA.
Yeah.
And then playing rugby.
Who were some of your guys in MMA? Like, who did you look up to when you were coming up?
Oh, heaps. I liked Vanderlei Silva and Anderson Silva. They were sort of I like those guys. I like watching like Nick Diaz. I always enjoyed his style. I think it's pretty unique and cool. But heaps of. I like Carlos Condit. He was also one that I
love this.
enjoyed. Yeah.
Some legendary welterweights.
Yeah. But yeah, I was a fan of the sport, so I liked all.
Condit fought GSP for the belt in that same building.
Yeah. That was a great fight.
Yeah. And Diaz.
Yeah.
Did you meet GSP?
Yeah, he was, funnily enough, right before, pretty much maybe 10 minutes before walking out, he came into the changing room and got changed. And
wow.
Yeah.
The same one that you were in?
Yeah.
So after his Zahabi's fight?
Yeah.
Did he say anything to you?
He was real respectful, but then we just said, he just wished me luck. And
that's kind of wild. Like, that's the house that he built, the most famous welterweight champion. In fact, I believe now you're the youngest welterweight champion since he won the belt back in I think it was 2008.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, my coach sort of looked at that, and then he didn't tell me till after, but he looked at it like GSP just passed the torch.
Yes. Does that stuff get you? You're so like calm, cool, and collected. It doesn't feel like you get too high or too low with anything.
Yeah, I understand. Like the sport, I mean, the belt doesn't really mean too much. It's all about the fights, I feel.
The belt doesn't mean anything.
I mean, it's obviously whoever I beat the guy that had it, but there's a lot of guys that anyone can win on any given night. I think I can beat a lot of the top contenders. I back myself, and now it's time to start, knocking them off.
Did you feel like because it had been so long in between fights for you that people forgot how good you were going into this fight?
Yeah, I think I was pretty underestimated.
Yeah.
I think everybody counted me out. For the most part, I believe. Or not counting me out, but just if most people said Belal will definitely win. And that was kind of annoying me because I just thought, I feel like I was better than him, you know?
Okay. So you listen to that stuff? You pay attention?
No, I try not to too much.
But it crosses your radar sometimes?
Yeah.
Who annoyed you the most? Anyone?
No one in particular.
Just like the chatter?
Yeah, I guess anyone that said he was going to win kind of annoyed me.
I could see that.
But I guess that's just the competitive.
But not ideal to have such a long layoff in between fights.
Not ideal.
But you did say, I saw in the press conference, you said like there was a silver lining where it allowed you to not get beat up, focus on certain things. And so like this idea of cage rest really wasn't a thing for you. Were you worried about it?
No, I wasn't worried about it. Yeah, I looked at it like it was, blessing in disguise pretty much, I felt. Because it just time off, rest the body, rebuild the hunger. And then work on specific stuff rather than just focusing on one particular game plan, but just working on skills across the board.
Imagine someone telling you as you're walking out of the cage after the Gilbert Burns fight that your next fight would have been for the belt and you become UFC champion, right?
Next May.
Yeah.
I would have been
You'd be like, what the hell?
What the
hell's going to happen here, right?
Yeah.
In the end, 4 surgeries, right?
Yeah, it was 4 surgeries. Yeah, pretty just crazy, but
the photos are gruesome. The surgeries, especially on your arm, is there ever a point where you're worried, you're nervous about never getting back to 100%?
A little, yeah, there was sometimes. Sometimes it was just a matter of, like, there wasn't really specific answers. It was more just the doctor just said, let's watch the bone, and if it doesn't heal, then it will probably just start to disintegrate. And like hearing that, I was like, oh my God. And it was just a matter, I was on antibiotics, and it was just a matter of time, just waiting, just like watching the bone grow, like every 2 weeks getting an x-ray and just watching it and just thinking, is that looking better? But we got there eventually. But there was time, even my daughter was being born in July, and I was having a surgery probably 2 months before that. So even just like hoping when she was born, just being able to like pick her up would be that was sort of my goal at that point.
I saw, by the way, shout out the new YouTube channel. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Well done. There's a video out there where you and here it is. So anyone out there watching right now, please do subscribe. That second one, training with a broken arm, is fascinating because you've got the thing on, and you're there with your brother training. You're doing light sparring and things like that. And he's saying he's trying not to hit you, but he did mention like just mentally being able to do that was huge for you, because I can imagine there was a period where you couldn't do anything. How did that affect you as an athlete?
It was tough, because I guess it's my full-time job, and if I'm not getting better, then I feel like I was just falling behind. So just sitting on the couch sort of sucked.
Could you even run? Could you do any sort of physical?
For a little bit, I couldn't. For a while, they gave me this like an antibiotic drip, so it was just like on me all the time.
Damn.
So I couldn't really get too sweaty because it was just like it was fully in my So I couldn't get too sweaty. So it did drive me a bit crazy. But then again, it was also a blessing, just forced rest.
Hey there, sorry to interrupt. Just want to remind you, if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button. We would appreciate it very much. And while you're at it, give us a thumbs up too. We've got live shows, interviews, clips, and a whole lot more going on this here channel. All right, now back to the show. How does it feel now after your first fight since?
It feels, fine, really. It feels pretty fine. My hands are a bit bruised, but feeling pretty good. Yeah, but apart from that, I feel pretty.
And your face is all right?
Yeah, fine.
It was a little swollen on Saturday?
Yeah, just
you've recovered tremendously fast.
Good. The eye blew up a bit, but it was, it's getting better. So I don't know structural damage.
Amazing.
Yeah.
One thing that I saw in the other clip, which I think you entitled it, or someone on your team entitled it, like "How to Beat Belal" or something like that, which is a great title. Your coach, again, Ben, is just sort of like talking about things, and very casually he's sort of talking about Belal, and he's like, "Yeah, well, when he wasn't on PEDs and now he's on the roids or something like that." And he just sort of drops that. The comments noticed it.
Yeah, right.
Is that something that you believe that he got better because he was on steroids?
No, I don't really look into that sort of stuff, to be fair.
Okay.
I think
you know what I'm talking about, right?
I don't know. I haven't really thought too much about it. It didn't bother me if he is,
Okay. But you didn't feel like you were going in there with a sort of unfair...
No. I feel like I can beat him I'd have no accusations towards him, but I feel like I can beat him if he's on steroids or without them.
Do you think that he deserves more respect from the community? Like some people like to take shots at him, like say he's the worst champion. Is that unfair in your opinion?
I think so, because he's done well, Obviously he not heaps of finishes, but he's a winner, It's hard to, from my perspective, and I respect all my competitors and then anyone that steps in there. And then if you become a champion, I feel like you should give them respect.
Yeah. Has your respect for him grown?
No. I had a lot of respect
you always
for him before.
Had.
Yeah, I always had respect for him. So I haven't got any more. Obviously you go in there, you've shared that with him. But I thought it didn't really surprise me at all. So I still got full respect for him.
You have 2 children, right?
Yeah.
Did any of them come with you? Did
both of them came. Yeah, just out here.
They're here too.
Yeah.
Oh wow, lovely. They came on that flight all the way.
Yeah.
How long is that journey?
I think the quickest you could do it's probably 30 hours. I think you're doing about 25 hours.
How many stops is that from Perth to
Montreal? You can go Perth, Doha, Montreal. So just one stop. But they're like 12-hour back-to-back flights.
Right.
Or you can do the 3 stops.
And they're quite young. How were they on the plane? Or did you fly with them? Or did
I
you
didn't fly with them. My mum came and my wife. So they did a unit. But they were a bit nervous about Franco, my young boy. He's a 2-year-old. He's 2.5.
A lot of energy. Yeah.
But we tried to keep him off the movies, and so he was I think he just loved it. He just sat there the whole time watching movies.
Wow.
So he had a ball, I think.
And once they got to Montreal, did you sleep separate, or do you like to be around the family?
We slept separate. They had a couple of friends. My family and some friends basically had a house, and then we had the team house. So
Okay.
We just stayed separate, just so we just focus on, battle.
I can't imagine what it's going to be like when you go home. You're the first Perth champion in UFC history, a product of Perth. What type of like feedback have you gotten from back home? Do you feel like they're gonna come greet you at the airport? Is there gonna be a parade? You don't want any of this.
Maybe not the airport.
You just want to like.
I'm excited to take the belt to the gym, and then just slowly see everyone. But yeah, I don't need a big parade.
You don't want any of that.
I don't know.
So what brings you to New York? Are you doing
just a bit of fun? You know,
Okay.
why not?
Had you ever been here before? Never been to New York?
Never been
Holy
to New York.
smokes.
Yeah, and it's always been on the bucket list. So
You're so close.
yeah, I was like, we'll get over here. We're only here until Friday, so only a couple of days. But
Yeah. What do you think so far?
I love it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's bustling.
Yes.
We went for a big walk. We've still got a lot of stuff to go see, but it's an awesome city.
Have you had any food yet? Any pizza?
I haven't had any. I'm thinking about getting some pizza after this.
You have to get the pizza downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll tell you some spots. Although you are Italian, you have Italian blood.
Yeah.
So you might be a little bit, I don't know.
I'm sure it's pretty good. I'm sure it's good.
What about the pies? Any meat pies here?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Why would you come here to have the meat pies? Someone told me, by the way, I kind of blew this when you came in. They said that when you walked in, I had to say, welcome, Jack Della Maddalena, handshake, the welterweight champ, fucking oath cunt.
Fucking oath.
Yeah, what does fucking oath mean?
It means just like, yeah, fucking oath. It just means like, yeah,
Is that something you say in Perth?
It's pretty common in Perth, fucking oath.
In your blog, like at the end of every sentence, you say aye or a. What is that?
That's just some bad Aussie slang. I don't know. It's like Canadians say that as well.
We say a like
hey.
as a question.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You going to the park later, a like something like
My
that.
dad always tries to get me to stop saying that. Hey, it's not a good look.
I think what people, if you don't mind me saying, what they like and respect about you so much is that you are very sort of no frills, like you're working class. Like you don't try to put on a show. You don't talk trash. You don't puff your chest out. You just are who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not trying, like, I was even, like, I feel like a lot of people in this game really want to be, like, superstars, you know? I guess, obviously, you've seen Connor and they just, obviously, all the money and stuff, they're just keen on that. But I like the art of fighting.
You don't want to be a celebrity.
Not really. I just, like...
How are you going to deal with all of this, though? Because the belt brings that.
I just stay hidden.
You're just going to stay away, all the way tucked away in Perth.
Yeah, that's it. Stay in Perth.
You know, New York, I have this written down right here. I want to get it right. Perth is the furthest city in the world from New York. Did you know that?
It makes sense.
You couldn't be any further from home right now.
Yeah. I think it's also the most isolated city in the world in terms of because it's right. There's not many cities around Perth.
You like that? It kind of fits with your personality.
Yeah, that's it. But it's a nice spot. It's just nice beaches, good people. It's quiet. I mean, it's definitely, it's a long way to, all the fights are normally this side, so it's a long way to travel, but I don't mind the travel.
When you saw, and I don't know if you did, but maybe you did the Volkanovski clips reacting to you, Izzy reacting to you winning, them watching you and reacting. Did you see any of those?
I've seen Volk's one. I've seen both of those ones. Yeah,
just to see like sort of these legends.
Yeah,
so
that's
happy
incredible.
for you.
Yeah, it's surreal.
Yeah,
you know, those moments I sort of just gotta pinch myself. But yeah, I guess that's it. I believed in myself to get here, so I guess you just got to take it all in.
What a time for Australian MMA. Back-to-back shows, a new champion.
Yeah.
Volk wins last month.
Yeah, massive.
It's crazy.
Yeah, massive. I don't know if Rob and Volk were champions at the same time, but it might be the first time we've got two current champs.
Yeah.
It's pretty, it's awesome.
For a pretty small nation, that's why I think you're gonna get a lot of attention, I can tell you.
Yeah. No, it's good. I appreciate the fans.
Are you getting a ton of love?
Yep.
You're feeling it?
Yeah, feeling it. I think that it was a good fight. A lot of people didn't think I would win, but then bring the fight and had a pretty good fight. And I think I feel like I won. I feel like watching it back, I won every round.
Oh, you think you won 5 rounds to none?
That's what I think. The 4th round, you could give it.
Yeah, that's how I had
either way. But I think maybe if anyone watches it back, I think I won a fight.
Okay.
I think you could argue that I won every round.
How many times have you watched it?
Probably maybe 3 times.
Okay.
3, yeah.
Start to finish.
Yeah, start to finish, maybe 3 times.
Very enjoyable.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. Some stuff I could have done better, but
like what?
Also, I think I could have pulled the trigger. There was a few times I could have pulled the trigger. Maybe in the fifth round, probably shouldn't have went to my back later in the round. Went to my back. Probably should have just tried to get away from him.
Okay.
But that's all right. Next time.
Did any part of you revel in the idea of like, hey, you beating him screws up all the plans with Islam and Ilya? Like, you could be the one that changes all of this. Yeah. Do you think about that at all?
I did. Yeah, I did see that a bit, and I thought that was I was pretty stoked to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I felt like I had to win. I felt like there were so many doubters and people saying that. I felt like it was just inevitable that I was going to win after hearing that stuff.
I know you're focusing on the win and everything that comes with it, but I'd be remiss if I don't ask you about what's next. That's always part of the story as well.
Yep.
He tweets about you right off the jump, like right away. Islam does, right? He tweeted this: "Time to become double champion, inshallah. Let's go." And then what I thought was really interesting was 2 minutes later, then he tweeted to his friend Belal, saying like, keep your head up. Yeah. So maybe he was happy that his friend lost. I don't know, but it's clear he wants to move up.
Yeah.
And so what do you think? Do you think that this is inevitable, that he is going to be next? Is that what you're feeling?
I will just leave it with the UFC, but I think if he's, I think that a lot was riding on it, and I think you'd give Islam the shot. That's what I think the UFC will do, but I don't know at this point. But I would think they will give him the shot.
I liked what you said, saying that you'll get it done for Volk. I like that unity.
Yeah.
He was then coming back and saying like, keep my belt clean, and you're not on his level. What do you think he believes this? Here's some of it. You are not Volk. I will show you a different level. Keep my belt clean. Do you think he respects you? What do you think?
I don't know. I reckon he's going to underestimate me as well.
You like that though?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, for sure. But it doesn't really matter what he thinks. We're gonna fight. I'm excited.
Do you think that he will fight Ilya first and then fight you, or do you think that now?
I don't know. I actually don't know. But I think, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm ready for the challenge. But there's also the welterweight division. There's a lot of good challenges as well. So it's crazy how the welterweight division sort of kind of opened up a lot. Now there's a lot of challenges, and now you also have Makhachev going to wanting to step up. So big decisions to be made by the big dogs.
I actually feel like it's the most interesting division all of a sudden in the UFC.
Yeah,
because you've got him entering pound for pound number one, arguably in most people's eyes, including my own. Ian Garry's out there, Sean Brady's out there, Buckley's fighting Usman next month. Like all of a sudden,
Shavkat's always
Shavkat. Golly, you sometimes forget about him.
Yeah. I don't know where he is. I mean, that's the fight. I've been gunning for that fight for a long time.
You were saying if people watch and here's Shavkat showing you some love. It was a great performance after a long layover. I'm the real challenge at 170. Sooner or later, my time will come.
His time will come. I think it's a great fight. I've always respected him and believed I could beat him. I will beat him, and it's going to be a good fight. So
realistically, if Islam is next, and not looking past them in any way, shape, or form, there's that sort of logjam of guys with Ian and Sean, Shavkat, Buckley. Who do you think is one notch below?
I think Shavkat.
Yeah.
Or you mean after that?
So like Islam would be next, probably.
I think
and then Shavkat.
That's how I see it. I think in terms of the run he's been on, finishes, never lost. I think some of the other guys need to fight it out. I think Garry and Brady should just fight it out.
I agree.
I think after watching the Leon fight, you would have looked at Brady and thought he's definitely the next guy. But then Garry, now he's back in the mix in a way.
What do you think of his win over Carlos?
I mean, he scraped by,
Okay, he
did well. He definitely won the first 4 rounds, I'd imagine. But then, he got. He did well. 4 rounds to 1, but that last round wasn't looking good for him.
Did you think he was going to win?
I thought he was going to win. I think he's a smart fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Smart fighter.
What about Brady's win over Leon? Did you think he was going to win? You were preparing for Leon initially. Did you think Brady would get it done on short notice?
I didn't know. That was the one where I was like, who knows? It really depends what Leon shows up.
Were you surprised it was that dominant?
No, I wasn't actually. No, not too surprised. I thought I thought if the Leon that showed up against Belal showed up, I thought Brady could dominate him.
Yeah, that's kind of what we saw.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's the same Leon showed up.
How did you think your fight with Leon was going to go?
I think I was going to do some good damage. I thought I was going to take him out.
You thought you were going to knock him out?
Yeah.
Obviously a different fight than the Brady fight.
Different fight than the Brady fight, different than the Belal. Yeah, I think I could outclass him on the feet personally. I think he's very patient, but I think that patience I could outwork him and then get the finish.
If Ian fights Sean, who do you think wins that one? That's a brilliant fight.
A brilliant fight. I think, I don't know. I think maybe Ian Garry might beat him.
Yeah.
I think so. I think Sean Brady's striking isn't amazing.
You think Ian can keep him standing?
I think if he had the right footwork,
yeah,
I think he could keep it standing. But I think if it does hit the ground, then yeah, my opinion would change pretty quickly.
It's trouble.
You know, I think he'd be in a bit of trouble. So it's an interesting matchup. Striker, grappler style, I believe.
Do you feel like people don't talk about your grappling enough? You're a black belt.
I mean, I think a lot of people think I can't wrestle, which is
Does that make you laugh?
Yeah,
I feel like
I
people
don't
talk about you like one of these strikers that has no ground game whatsoever.
Yeah. I think that before this fight, they were saying, if this is going to be easy because he has zero ground game.
Yeah.
But I feel like I showed that I do have a ground game. I was thinking the best case scenario of this fight would be if I could show no ground game and then that...
for the Islam fight.
Yeah, and then people still... But I'm sure people are just going to assume that Islam will just take me down and submit me pretty quickly.
Do you think he'll be big enough for 170?
I think he just seems like a pretty big guy.
Yeah.
I think he'll be all right.
Yeah. You think he'll stick around at 170 or do you think it's just...
I think he'll be one fight and then he'll probably have to go back down.
Because of how it'll go?
Yeah.
How do you see it playing out?
I think I can take him out. I think... But Belal really just changes stances a lot, walks forward. But I think if I can have someone that just stays in the same stance and... I don't think, but Islam's the very good striker. I think I could land a lot of shots, and I think I could take him out.
Wow!
Stuff the takedowns. If I get taken down, I believe I can get back to my feet.
Strong guy. Everyone talks about his strength.
Yeah,
about his grappling.
Yeah.
I was talking to Dustin about it. He said his strength was just next level.
Yeah. I'll go spend a bit of time with Volk. He can tell me the ins and outs.
Yeah. Will you train with him for this fight?
If I was going to fight Islam?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to.
You go there a lot?
I did before my last two fights.
Okay.
Just both times about a week to 10 days. But it's real beneficial. They've got a great team.
Yeah.
And
Volk's
obviously
fought him twice.
Yeah, and he's a multiple-time world champion. So.
Did his win give you any extra motivation or a boost or some sort of inspiration?
Yeah, definitely inspiring. You know, someone that lost so many people counted him out, and then he came in and got his belt back. So yeah, super inspiring.
He was the one, or at least one of the people that was predicting you would win.
Yeah.
He was saying this all over the place. So
yeah.
I mean, it would have been weird if he picked against you, for being honest.
That would have hurt my heart.
That would, right?
Yeah.
That would have been not the nicest thing from a fellow Aussie.
Yeah.
Realistically, obviously you need some time off, but when would you? I'm assuming you'd like to fight again this year, right?
Yeah. No, I feel pretty good. I probably just need a week to eat some good food and then I feel pretty good. So I'll be keen to get back in there pretty soon. Maybe
like fall time, September, October, November?
Yeah, definitely. September, September I'd be good to go. If something came up earlier, August maybe, if it was something good, then...
Wow, that's quick. That's in 3 months.
I feel pretty good.
You want to make up for lost time?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to get I think there's a lot of... The division needs to get moving.
Yeah.
That's how I think.
And you want to be an active champion.
Yeah. I think I get all the top guys right now. I truly believe I can beat them. So line them up. I
saw you mention to Dana on the phone that you'd like to fight Islam in Australia.
That'd be nice.
Do you think he accepts that?
I think I don't know if the UFC would be doing that, but I think he would accept it.
Mm.
I mean, he's been there before. And but who knows? When you're walking around, how big do you get? Oh, not too. It was not too big. I think pretty much the whole 5 week, probably sitting around 185.
Okay. So there's never a
185.
time. You're pretty young in your career still. There's never a time where you think you'll have to move up to 185.
No, this was the easiest. Yeah, no, the weight cuts seem to get easier. I just try and stay at 185 leading into the fight, and then just drop down, and then just get back up to 185 pretty quickly. So I'll probably fight at 180. As in on the day of the fight, I'll probably weigh 185. So which isn't that drastic of a cut.
When you were hearing Belal talk about 185 or comparing himself to Canelo and all this stuff, how did you feel about that before the?
I mean, I just thought that was a big mistake on his behalf. Just like overestimating me, and I just feel like in his head he must have been thinking, oh, should I stand with him? Or I would imagine he would be going back and forth in his head, like, should I stand with him or should I take him down?
Do you think? I said at the beginning of this chat that I think he wanted to take you down, he just couldn't.
Yeah.
Do you think that is a fair assessment?
I think so.
Or do you think he tried to prove a point by standing with you willingly?
No, I think I didn't give him the option to take me down.
Yeah.
I feel like I was hitting him, hurting his legs, hurting his body, hurting his head, and then I was always changing levels, and I was always threatening with stuff up the middle, and I never stayed in front of him for too long. So I think he couldn't. I think at any point, if he could have taken me down, he would have definitely done it.
Any truth to the rumor now that you are a champion, you're a big deal, you're going to go by Giacomo Della Maddalena? You're going to go back to the original name?
No. Maybe. We'll see. No, keep it JDM.
Yeah.
That would just throw everyone
It's a
off.
legendary name.
Yeah.
And StockX, I like that you're repping them. No, not StockX, StreetX. I always screw that up. You know why? Because there's a StockX. I screw that up all the time. Did you see our guy? He was rocking the StreetX shirt back there. Did you meet Connor?
No, I missed it.
Oh, well, you'll see after this. One of our producers.
Yeah,
he's always wearing your merch. Yesterday, he was
that's
wearing another
awesome.
shirt. And they made like a special championship edition.
Yeah.
These guys are great.
Yeah, Daniel, he's out. He's out here at the moment as well.
Okay.
He was in Montreal, and now he's out in New York as well.
There's a great shoe store. Are you a big shoe guy?
I like shoes, yeah.
There's a place called Flight Club right around the corner here.
Yeah, I'll go check
all the like limited edition stuff. You should check it out. I wanted to people associate you with Perth, but we don't know a lot about Perth. So I wanted to ask you some Perth specific questions if I can, and you tell me if this is accurate or not. I'm told that the number one local beer is Emu Export.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
There it is. Look at that.
Yeah,
What does that taste like?
a bush chook.
And what is that? A bush chook,
That's
yes.
what it is, a bush chook.
What does that mean?
Or an emu is a bush chook.
I don't even know what that means. There you are enjoying one. Look at that. Right in the hand.
Yeah, it's
visual
nice,
evidence.
Crisp lager. Nothing better on a hot day than a.
Can you get any in the aftermath of this? Montreal and New York?
No, I don't think so.
What does a bush chook mean? It's a kind of beer?
I mean, that's what you'd call an emu export.
Okay.
Because an emu, you know, an emu,
No.
it's an animal. It's like an ostrich, like a
really?
Australian. It looks exactly like an ostrich, but it's it's an emu.
Okay.
So you call I guess it's a bush chook, and a chook is a chicken.
Ah.
Chook.
Okay. Wow. This is a whole other language.
It's a bush chook, yeah.
And what's bush?
The bush.
Oh, like
just like the outdoors.
Okay.
Bush, yeah. So it's like a bush chicken.
Got
bush
it.
chook.
Interesting. And that's what they call the beer.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, in
bush
Montreal, we
chooks.
have Molson, Labatt. Did you have any of those?
No, I did. I did have a. I can't remember. I did have. We had a couple of beers after the fight. Had to. Good celebration.
I should have read the next line here. It's Bush being Outback, Chook meaning poured down your. This is from our friend poured down your gob. He wrote.
Yeah, right.
We have a friend that lives out there, Iman, who was telling me a lot of these local things. He was telling me that VB long necks are big out there.
Oh yeah.
Victoria Bitters.
Victoria Bitters.
That's a different type of beer.
That's a different type. Yeah, that's a pretty Australian beer. Not as popular in Western Australia.
Okay.
You'd see more bush chooks around.
Are you more of a beer guy or a wine guy?
I like wine.
Because isn't wine big over there in Western Australia?
Yeah, you got Margaret River, which is like a nice
you love it.
region. I like wine.
Swan Valley?
Swan Valley, yep. That's in WA, Perth.
Are you impressed with my knowledge?
Yeah, it's good.
I was told that Margaret River is one of your favorite places to travel.
Yeah, it's a nice spot. So if 300 kilometers south of where we live, pretty much, or a 3-hour drive.
Okay.
It's just a
Must be
nice,
beautiful.
yeah, it's a nice, really beautiful spot.
If one were to want to pick up maybe a VB or a bush chook, would they go to Spud Shed?
Nah, they'd go to a bottle-o,
Oh, what is that?
like a bottle shop.
Oh, okay. A bottle-o.
Bottle-o.
Spud Shed is the supermarket.
Yes.
Local.
Supermarket, yeah.
Is there a guy named Tony G
Yeah,
who
The Potato Man.
You know this guy right
Yeah.
here, this guy. Who is this guy?
He's the king, the potato king of Perth. He's had it, yeah.
Is he a real
Man.
person?
He is. He gets in the ring every now and then.
What do you mean?
Has a couple of boxing matches.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's like a local celebrity.
Yeah,
But he
is.
owns the supermarket.
He owns the Spud Shed.
And
There's
why-
a few of them
And
around.
why is he the potato king?
Because the Spud Shed, they sell. Spud.
they
is
sell.
Yeah, they sell
Okay.
a lot of potatoes.
That's unbelievable. And what about the dimmies?
Dimmies.
You know about the dim sum?
Oh, dim sum. Yeah, I
don't
love
you-
dim sum.
You call it dimmies?
Nah, I don't.
Damn, I screwed that one up. There's Bam Bamboo, Fortune 5. No, you know any of these?
I don't.
Where's Mrs. Chow's?
Mrs. Chow's. I've
Maybe you need to go to some of these places.
yeah, maybe. Perth is
Are you more of a Frio or an Eagles guy?
Frio.
But you played rugby union, right?
Yeah.
This is Aussie
Yeah,
rules.
that's Aussie rules.
What's the difference in union and Aussie rules?
Rugby.
Oh,
Rugby union's rugby.
and what's Aussie rules?
Footy. Football. It's
they
like
kick
that.
it.
That's a different sport, yeah.
Is it a different sport?
Yeah, different sport.
But it's not soccer, right?
Nah. Rugby's like, it's a same pitch as a NFL pitch, basically, like a
Okay.
rectangle.
Is there a pro version of rugby union?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
There's like our league has teams from Australia, New Zealand, South Africa,
Okay.
even Argentina now, and Japan. So there's just like state teams of each sort of play each other.
Who's your team? Who do you support?
In that,
Like number one, regardless of sport.
I mean the Wallabies, Australian rugby.
Okay, the national team?
Wallabies, yeah, the national team.
Okay.
I mean they're the team that I follow.
What about the Socceroos?
I haven't been much. I'm not much of a soccer man.
Okay.
Always mainly watch rugby, and then I watch Freo in the Aussie rules.
You know, I support the Adelaide Birds. You see that over there?
Oh yeah,
Cup?
the Adelaide Crows.
Oh, the Crows. Damn it. I screwed that up.
Wow.
How about that?
How'd you get that?
It's actually a fan said, like, can you support them?
that's
So I
funny.
said yes. And then they saw the clip and sent me a bunch of merch, a jersey, a cup.
That's it.
Do you
Not
ever
my
s-
favorite team, but
They're not? No. They're kind of shit, right?
better than Freo.
That's
to be
what
honest.
Tim told
We're
me.
working on it.
What about Mad Dog? Do you know Mad Dog?
Mad Dog.
Yeah, I heard he's like a guy who goes around town on a bike. This guy right here.
Dog.
Do you know this guy?
Mad.
Do you know this guy?
I don't know him.
I heard he's like a local celebrity.
Mad Dog. I've never seen Mad
Crazy
Dog.
guy who
He does look like a
runs
Mad
around
Dog.
on his bike in Perth,
Chasing
starting
people.
fights with people.
That's funny. You know, I have actually heard people talk about. I have seen that clip.
You have.
Yeah. My
Did you know
friend
that the
says-
second
That's
the second to last Blockbuster was in Perth?
no.
Do you know what a Blockbuster is?
Yeah, I always used to go to Blockbuster.
The second to last one
Wow.
in the world.
Yeah, we're pretty far behind in
Yeah.
some in some
When did you last
regards.
go there? A year ago?
Yeah, wow.
That's a pretty exciting thing.
Yeah.
Also, I was told that Raffles Hotel,
Oh yeah,
that's a good spot.
it's a pretty central spot. It's a nice location.
Is there a big casino there too?
Yeah, there's a big casino.
Okay, do you
One
ever
big
go there?
casino. Not too much.
Okay. There's
Not a big
Raffles right there.
gambling, man. Yeah, that's Raffles.
Is that a hotel?
It's just a pub.
Oh, it's a pub.
Yeah, just a pub.
Wow, that's a really nice pub.
Yeah, it's cool pub. But behind it, that's like an apartment building behind it.
Okay.
But it's right on the river. It's a nice spot.
Okay. What's the river called? The Margaret?
That's the Swan River.
the Swan River.
Yeah.
Okay. And Stormy's your dog?
Yeah.
Still kicking it?
Yeah, still kicking. She's at the kennel at the moment.
What kind of dog?
A bulldog.
A bulldog.
Yeah.
Look at this guy right here.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on? What's happening?
When it gets a bit hot, she gets a bit lazy. I think she just likes it. I think she likes the feeling of being dragged on nice grass.
She's not a big walker or
Yeah.
a bit lazy?
Yeah.
How old?
She's 4,
Okay.
going on 5 at some point this year.
So 2 kids and a dog.
Yeah.
Just one pet?
one pet.
Okay. What a
Lot
legend.
going on.
There she is, maybe as a puppy.
Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty funny. She can't walk much more than 2 kilometers.
Wow, look how small she is there. And you're a big Wu-Tang guy.
Yeah, I like Wu-Tang.
Is that your favorite?
One of.
You know, they're big in New York. They're from New York.
Yeah.
There's a ton of great like signage and stuff like that.
They're doing their last tour, isn't it?
Oh yes, that's right. That's right.
So they say.
I always used to say, people would ask me like, what would your walkout song be?
Yeah.
If you were ever a fighter, I would always say Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang's Triumph.
Yeah.
Bomb Atomically, Socrates' Philosophy. I used to love. I used to listen to them before I'd play basketball. It was that and Hit 'Em Up by Tupac.
Yeah.
You know that one, the diss track?
Yeah.
Are you a big rap guy?
Yeah, I like rap.
Is that what you listen to when you're
most of the time?
James Brown as well?
I like James. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like James Brown.
Yeah. Dustin walks out to James Brown.
Yeah, I used to walk out to that song, but then I used to walk out to it before Dustin did. And then it's such a good, and then he walked out to it, and then I stopped. Because
you didn't want to.
I didn't want people to think I copied it from him.
The TNT was pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. It's a good Aussie track.
Yeah.
Gets the crowd going.
Did you see that clip of, someone posted a clip of you like sort of like walking to the beat? Have you seen this?
I don't think so.
Someone posted a clip of saying like, you know, the kids like to say like, you know, this guy has incredible aura.
Yeah.
They were talking about how you have incredible aura because like you were walking very far away from your team, head held high, chest out, and you were sort of like marching to the beat as you were walking out.
It's a good song.
It was amazing.
It's a good pump-up song.
And you were just like going to work.
Yeah.
High-fiving a couple blokes, and that's it.
Yeah. I felt calm. I mean, I guess, as soon as I feel like as soon as the music starts going, then it's game time, and then all the nerves go away, and it's just.
Do you get nervous at all?
Yeah, for sure. I get game day anxiety, whatever you call it, like nerves. But I think that's the good part about it. You know, I think that's one of the feelings that I chase.
Yeah.
There's not much else that gets you going like that.
Sure.
But then when the music gets going, I start walking. I just feel like it's meant to be. It's business time.
It was super late by the time you fought.
Yeah.
Were you starting to get a little?
Nah, we were staying up pretty late.
Okay.
I was going to bed 2:30 most nights, getting a late training session in, so it felt pretty good.
I love the shot as you were walking in, because that's a legendary building, and the Canadians, the hockey team, who I think they may have given you a jersey or something like that. They've won 24 Stanley Cups, which you know, like, and so you see the cups behind you as you're walking out. It was just like it was iconic stuff.
That's cool, yeah. It was a cool venue, really cool. Very steep.
Yeah.
I'd say one of the best venues I've fought in, I believe.
And I don't know if you know this, but Montreal has an incredible Lebanese community. You love Lebanese food. Did you have any?
I didn't. Oh, I actually did. I did one. I can't remember where the place was called. I did before the fight, but I couldn't eat too much. I just had a couple of kofta sticks and nice salad.
Oh, that's not that.
Fattoush salad. It's good with the crispy bits.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I had to be light, but I like Lebanese food.
A lot of Lebanese food here as well. I mean, here you're in the, anything
Whatever,
sushi, whatever you want. The pizza you have to try.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, downtown John's. There's a bunch of spots. Patsy's is another great one.
Right.
But you're gonna be eating a lot in the next few days. I reckon. And I think you're doing the Today Show. Right?
That's right. Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big.
That's like real recognition, right?
Yeah. It is actually very surprising.
Is that surreal for you?
It is pretty surreal, because we'd never. It's like
that's as mainstream as it gets, right?
Yeah, in Australia they don't. I guess there's a lot of Australian MMA fans, but the mainstream don't really pump too much MMA. So yeah, I guess it's surreal.
Well, you deserve it.
Yeah, thank you.
You've earned it. Some people didn't think that I'd be able to get you to sit here for an hour, but we did it.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad we made it to the studio. This is cool.
Yes. Thank you so much, and thank you to Tim as well for making it happen. And it was so amazing. I mean, to me, the fight of the year so far. This one and the Paul Hughes one. And by the way, shout out to Tim. What a day for him. He had Hughes fighting in Belfast and you fighting at night. So
we watched that.
On fire.
We watched that fight, Park Royale.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Mount Royale.
Yeah, Mount Royal, yeah.
We kicked the footy around, sat outside. It was a beautiful day, had the sun, watched the fight, and he did well.
And you realized your dream.
Yep, that's it.
So congratulations. Thank you for coming in. Really appreciate it. And I love the
Awesome.
fact that we didn't have to do this when it's 4 a.m.
Yeah,
over there.
perfect.
But always do appreciate when you wake up early for us. So enjoy New York. Enjoy everything that comes with the belt. And one more time, congrats on representing your country and your city so well. It was
Thank you so
wonderful
much.
to see.
Yeah.
There he is, the brand new champion, the welterweight champion. Still a little bit sad that the belt isn't here. I wanted to touch it. Where is the belt, by the way?
Back at the hotel room.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little heavy. He wants to walk around with it.
Had the kids.
But he is the man who won that belt back on Saturday in Montreal. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.